Hi, so for this video, I wanted to walk through some basic function concepts. We are going to let f of x equal x squared plus 1. And let's go ahead and draw the graph so that we know what we're working with here. X squared is parabola. That plus 1 is just going to move it up, a vertical shift up 1. So this pretty much is what x squared plus 1 looks like. Let's start by evaluating f of 3. So our function is x squared plus 1. F is the function name, and 3 is the input value. So x is the input over here, 3 is the input now. So we're instead going to have 3 squared plus 1. That's 9 plus 1, which is 10. Now to do x plus 4 as our input, it's going to be something squared plus 1. That something is now x plus 4. And we need to be careful here. This will be x plus 4 times x plus 4 plus 1. You'll need to FOIL, and once you FOIL, you'll get x squared plus 8x plus 16 plus 1. So we have x squared plus 8x plus 17. Okay, then for the domain. So when you're looking at domain, you want to think left to right. So how far left does our function go? How far right does our function go? You can see the arrows at the top of the function pointing left and right forever. So our function starts at negative infinity and goes to positive infinity. For the range, you want to think bottom to top. So we're looking how far down does it go and how far up does it go? So where does it start and where does it end vertically? So vertically, it starts at 1 and doesn't end because those arrows, so it's going up forever to positive infinity. Now notice on the infinities, I have parentheses, and on this 1, I put a bracket. That's because you use a bracket when you include and a parenthesis when you don't. So because this 1, the graph's actually going through there, so we're going to include the 1, and that's why the square bracket is there. Okay, so part E is function composition, which you should have learned in college algebra. So we have, for starters, we have f of g of x. So this is still just an input situation. We have our function f, but the input is now going to be the function g, which is x plus 4, which we already did in part B. Okay, so then if you want to look at g of f of x, we have g of f of x. F of x is x squared plus 1 at the very beginning of the problem. And now we're looking at g of x squared plus 1. So our function g is x plus 4, so we have something plus 4. That something is x squared plus 1 now. So we're looking at x squared plus 5. And that is just some basic function ideas.